Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man again. I'm going to try another soap that I made earlier this month and that failed. If you read my videos or check out my videos, you can see the Taiwan swirl failed is how I titled it. What happened is I had my trace too thin. You need a very thin trace for this recipe, but mine was too thin. The colors, when I swirled them together, they did not hold. Apparently, I'm guessing, still had I had oils that were not mixed with the lye, not properly traced and mixed, and it was a disaster. Fortunately, I was able to save it. I get a lot of recipes from soapqueen.com, and one of their techniques is called the hot process hero, and I was able to take the terrible soap that I would not even test, let alone try in the shower, and crumble it up, mix it with a little bit of water, put it in this very pot, recook it on the stove, mix everything together. Of course, all the colors blended together, and I had a big old blob of green soap, but actually it ended up being a very nice soap after all, but it didn't have the colors that I wanted, and it certainly didn't have the swirls that I wanted. It was just one big green blob, but it was a good bar of soap. It passed the tongue zap test, and it passed the shower test, so I went ahead and gave it out. I'm going to try this again with a tiny bit thicker trace. So once again, got my oils here. They're down to about 100. The lye water is about 110, which I think is a good ratio. I'm using for my colors, there is titanium dioxide, just got from Amazon. This is nuclear orange, I got from Brambleberry. This is ultramarine blue, I got from Brambleberry. And this is a mixture, this green is a mixture of mostly fizzy lemonade and a little bit of chromium oxide green. So I'm hopefully going to have a light green with that. I'm going to try this again. Now also, I'm using a Brambleberry mold. It has 4 sections in here. I hope you can see this on the video. They used to make a sectioning tool like this for a big 5-pound mold, but I just never wanted to do 5 pounds all at once. And as soon as I saw that they made this for a smaller mold, I bought it. I have used this mold and this sectioning tool, and I love it. I do. I love it. It's great for a smaller batch. So we're going to try this again. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix the cooled lye and the cool oils together. My lye water is cloudy because I always put Tussa silk into it. You can probably see how cloudy it looks, but that's okay. This gives the soap a nice silky feeling. And I'm super fatting pretty heavily, even more so than I usually do. Years and years I've had my unchanged recipe, and I've been changing just a bit recently using a different lye calculator, using Brambleberry. Now I love Brambleberry. I don't get paid for them. They don't pay me anything. You know, I don't get any bonus points or anything. I just use them a lot, buy a lot of supplies from them, and I get a good product. But they have actually, I think, a more accurate lye calculator than the one I was using. So this is 15 ounces olive oil, 15 ounces coconut oil. Then I went ahead and used Brambleberry's calculator for that, but I went ahead and added just a little bit to it. I'm using 4.6 ounces of lye. I did a slight water discount. I'm using 9.5 ounces of water based on Brambleberry's lye calculator, but I added a ½ ounce of castor oil, and each of those 4 colors has a tablespoon of grapeseed oil. So this is going to be pretty heavily super fatted, but when you use a lot of coconut oil like I do, you really should heavily super fat it. So it's going to be pretty heavily super fatted. What I'm going to do right now is get this to a very thin trace, just barely emulsified. I'm going to split it in my 4 containers, put the colors in, whisk them in, and then slightly stick blend them. The last time I did this, I just whisked it in. I did not stick blend, and that's when my trace was too thin. So we're going to try this again. I don't see oils floating on top. That's barely emulsified, but I'm going to stick blend once I get the colors in the containers. So let's just get this aside for a moment. Now I have 4 containers, they're all the same size, and generally with these containers I've found with this recipe, if I get it up to approximately the pea and potato salad, it's pretty darn close. That's a coleslaw. Let's see how this one comes out. Let's see if the C works like the P, and hope. And you know what it does. It is so close. This left in the pot, I'm not going to scrape that out because that's going to be good soap that I'm going to use later. Just for general cleaning, I'm going to let it saponify. I'm going to put those sectioning tools into it, let it saponify, and turn into a good soap. So I've got my 4 batches here. And yeah, y'all can see them. Good. I'm going to go ahead and pour my white titanium dioxide into the first, because this is the order I'm going to pour them in. I'm not even going to bother to scrape it out. There's enough in each one. My nuclear orange. Boy, I love this bright orange. Right up next to this nice dark blue. And up next to this light green. Love it. Now, my old stick blender, I love this old stick blender. It has the whisk that actually will connect to it, so I can use the stick blender to whisk. And I'm going to do this to get a good mixture, but then I'm going to stick blend some more. Going lightest to darkest, and I don't have to clean anything in between. Last time I did this, I just poured it from here and it was too thin, and oh, it was a disaster. It was horrible. So we're not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to go ahead and put the head back on the stick blender and stick blend just a little bit, tiny bit. Quit messing with me, cord. I want it just a little bit thicker and well blended than this. That's good. Get just a little bit of that green off there. Let me find, I'll be right back just a minute, folks. Just grab one of my old rags here and clean this up a little bit. I just don't want this green to obscure this bright orange. That's all I'm going to do, and I'm ready to pour. I'm not going to worry about cleaning this up. I'm going to stick this in my cup and just let it saponify and use that soap later. Here's my sectioning tool, my mold with the sectioning tool already ready to go. I'm going to pour in this exact order. Okay, what I'll probably do is go ahead and pour the inner and outer first, the white and the green. At least get some in there and get a little bit of pressure in there. And then pour some in the 2 center colors to sort of equalize the pressure. And this is holding great. There's no seepage whatsoever between the 2 colors. I do love this mold and this tool. Love it. A little on the outside. A little on the inside. This is looking already so much better than the last time I made this. So much better. I've dropped a little bit of blue into the green, but you know what, it's alright. It's just not the end of the world. Pour the rest of these in here. Can you all see this? I don't know if you can or not. And if you can, I'm sorry. I'll get you back in the picture in just a minute. I need to work pretty fast here. This looks so much better than the last time I did this. So much better. Alright, I'm going to just tap this down a little bit. I'll get those out of those extras out of there in just a minute. I'm going to tap this down. Love this. Now I'm going to go ahead and lift this sectioning tool out all at once. Put it in the pot. I'm not going to worry about cleaning it. I'm going to let it turn into soap and saponify, and I'll use it later. Slowly pour it. Pull it straight out. Just stick this in. This looks so much better than the last time I did this. Now what I want to do is maybe clean the side up just a little bit. Oh, this looks so much better than the last time I did this. Definitely have to remember this. Okay, this looks great as it is. I would love to have this look just like it is. It would look great. However, I'm going to go ahead and try again to do the Taiwan swirl. I'm going to put this is my thermometer that I use to measure my lye and my oils. I'm going to put it in all the way down to the bottom and just go up, over, up and over. Here we go. Oh, much, much, much better than the last time I did this. Get around the edge just a little bit. So much better than the last time I did this. This is going to turn out to be a great bar of soap with a heavy super fat that's going to be really, really nourishing on your skin. Okay, now let's get this aside just for a minute because I'm going to let this firm up. And then I'm going to cover it with rubbing alcohol. And then I'm going to put it to bed and let it saponify into soap. And probably cut it tomorrow. Now I have quite a good bit of soap left in here, really more than I need, so I have enough to make one more bar of soap with a muffin mold. Just going to pour all of this in here. Whatever stays inside I'll use for the rest. That's fine. That's not at all a problem. Because I'll soak all of these utensils in hot water and let it dissolve after they've saponified tomorrow morning. Soak them in hot water. Let it saponify in the soap, soak it in hot water, and use this probably to wash the car. There's too much fat in this to do in the laundry. I make soap for laundry, but there's just too much fat in this. I don't want this in my clothing. Alright, so look, I have another bar of soap here, a muffin mold of soap, and I'll just use that myself. I might even just kind of, it's not going to matter because I'm not really going to cut this. Really won't matter, I'm not going to cut that. And I'm going to use it myself anyway. But I will go ahead and spray it with alcohol. Shake it down. If you can see, let me show you this beforehand. This looks gorgeous. I am so happy with this. Look at that. so much better than the last time I made it. This is going to be a great bar soap, I can tell. I've done this enough times to know it's going to turn out great. I'm going to go ahead and spray this with alcohol right now. And I'm going to go ahead and let this sit for, I don't know, about 10 minutes or so and set up. Come back and spray it again. And then I'll go ahead and insulate it, let it go through gel phase. I'll cut it tomorrow. I'll go ahead and cut the post the cutting as well as the making tomorrow. So anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow when I cut this. This turned out so much better. I got a great bar of soap here. Thank y'all for watching. See you later. Bye.